Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name's Indigo and I'm proud, and proud is an understatement, but to be at the Indigo, at the O2, proud to be with a man. I seen you all last year, see you all the Neilson shows. I was like, I need to get you on the channel. We got you on the channel 2 months ago when we done a face-to-face with Aaron. Now I've got yourself one half, I'm going to say one half of the promoters and one half of the matchmakers here in Kyle Neilson. Kyle, how are you feeling ahead of a historic night? And in terms of boxing, you sold out York Hall, you sold out the Mecca in Swindon, but would you put this as the biggest night in your career?
Look, firstly, the nerves right now are still going. I think, like I just said to you, once the first bell goes, I think we'd be good. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Listen, for us, we were talking this morning, 11 years ago today, my father won the heavyweight title on a white collar show that we've done in Swindon. Tonight, we're at the Indigo, the O2. What's going to be a packed night, 12 fights, 50-50s, titles. And you know, what else could you wish for? This is great. We're really looking forward to this.
I love to hear it, and I'm immensely proud of you and TM14 for making this. So let's talk about this. It was meant to be Alfie Winter versus Hamza Bot, but kicking off the card, Hamza Bot versus Lee Hallett. What do you make of that?
Yeah, listen, Alfie Winter unfortunately had a hand injury, so he had to withdraw from the contest. Hamza Bot was desperate to carry on fighting, so I could see him coming as well.
So as you evaluating Hamza Bot, before we go really interrupt them, okay? Hamza Bot versus Lee Hallett?
Yes, mate, listen, like I said, Alfie Winter had to pull out due to a hand injury. Hamza Bot was desperate to still fight on this card, and understandably too, it's a big event, you know, so fair play to him, kept going. Lee Hallett, now listen, Lee's no easy night for anybody. It's not the 50-50 that we wanted, but on his day, Lee Hallett can cause an upset, so we'll see what happens on that one.
And he has caused upsets before against Tyler Chambers and Harley Ben. So now Indabasi versus Ilyas Liakovtos, and then he's fighting in 3 weeks' time against Sean Oak. I believe it's for the English title.
Yeah, I understand us for the English title, mate. Listen, again, Inda was another one due to last-minute pullouts. He wanted to get the rounds in due to this big fight that's coming up. You know, permission from all parties to fight. So here he is, just doing a little six-rounder, just to get the cobwebs off. He's not boxing like a year or so, I believe. So, you know, fair play to him. We'll see how it goes.
Since October. So now we go on to Finley James, and like it was Queensbury against Matchroom, is it going to be 5-0 for the Origin Gym tonight? 3 of the boys, Giorgio Vizioli, John Hedges, and Johnny Fisher are on the Copper Box or the Copper Bosch, but you've got 2 of their boys. You've got Finley here tonight, and we'll get on to your main event later. But what do you make about Finley and the Origin stable having their fellow out here?
So listen, this is the first time I've seen Finley box. I've heard a lot about him. I'm really looking forward to watching him fight. They're out of a great gym, and they, you know, so you can't question the caliber that's coming out of that gym. I think it's an easy night for Finley, if I'm honest.
And John Robinson now moving down to light heavyweight. What do you make of that?
Again, John Robinson is a new one for me. Fighting on this card today, there was a bit of an issue at the weigh-in yesterday with the weight, but it was resolved fairly quickly. Yeah, listen, John's another one. He's early in his career, so he's just looking to get the rounds in and see where he goes from there.
And Dan Morley versus Conor Meanwell?
Dan Morley. He's got a name, isn't he? You know, Love Island and all that sort of stuff. I know he says that's behind him now, but once you've been on them sort of programs, you don't put that behind you. He's done well on tickets tonight. Managed by Anthony Croller. I was with Anthony Croller last week in Belfast. They all talk highly of him, you know, so I look forward to watching him tonight.
And then we go on to Louis Muldowney, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you had his debut, and now is it 6-0 he's looking to go tonight, or 5-0?
Yeah, listen, Louis Muldowney on his debut, you know, he's got everything. You know, he's got the image, he can box, he sells bundles of tickets. So it was a no-brainer to have him on here, and he's out of Brixton with Ollie Edwards and Bobby Isaac, all that guy. So look, we're looking forward to having him on this card again.
And Mansham wearing underneath here, and TM14 have had all of his contests. Sonny Hardy versus Casey Badman.
Yeah, like Sonny Hardy, he's so professional. He's had to come up a weight for this fight, but I was watching him yesterday eating breakfast before the weight before check weight. He was fine weighed in today after eating, still miles underweight. He's just entertaining. He's a lovable kid, and yeah, here again another one. This card, like, it's unreal.
Like I said here, we saw Bass put on a masterclass of performance and one to remember for the ages against George Lillard. He was on your show back in January when Casey fought for the world title. But Ollie Edwards versus Bass Osterville, is this the fight of the night, apart from the main event?
For me, this has got fight of the night written all over it. You got 2 lads that just want to stand in front of each other and go to war. And war is what you're going to get tonight. Bass, like you said, give George Lydiard his hardest fight. And I said to Ollie, this isn't no walk around, you know, and Ollie's ready, mate. There's one thing I love about Ollie, he's so professional, and I want some big fights from him after this one, you know.
And it's the definition of a 50-50. Now, Aaron Prosper versus Marley Mason, I believe Southern Area Lightweight Eliminator, the winner of this should fight. Would it have been Louis O'Doherty this one, or is Marley looking to campaign at super feather?
No. So the winner of this one goes on to fight. It should be Louis O'Doherty. I don't know what he's doing next with the title. Should he wish to defend, then the winner of tonight will go on to fight for that title. If not, whoever it is, the winner tonight will go on to fight for a vacant title.
And talking about a current title, talking about titles, Mark Webber came versus Frank Arnold, and I think something that people have realised on the scales and on the Instagram post, what happened there of coming 3 pounds over?
So yeah, he came in £3 overweight yesterday at the weigh-in. They turned up late to the weigh-in. The British Boxing Board weren't happy with the fact that one, he turned up late and he was overweight. So now the title is vacant. Frank Arnold will fight for the vacant title this evening. But should Webber Kane win,
does he have to fight again for it?
No, the title stays vacant.
The title stays vacant. Then we go on to your co-main event, and Neilson's boy, he lost selling out soon, and the Swindon hometown faithful, Lewis Roberts versus Ben Lilly in a rematch, not only for the Commonwealth silver title, but also for the English title, which is massive for you to have.
Yeah, look, our chub from Swindon, you know, we've had him from day one. Paddy's had him since the age of 6 in the gym, so we've watched him grow up, we've watched him come up the rankings, and now he's here on this big stage at the Indigo at the O2. And listen, for me, it's very easy and the new. We've done it once before. We're going to do it again.
And just before we conclude, going on to your main event, correct me if I'm wrong. Who's the Commonwealth champion at middleweight?
I think it's Ryan Kelly, is it? So yeah.
So Joe Bartel versus Jordan Reynolds. Obviously, Jordan Reynolds is the Neilson boxer tonight, and I'll talk about that there. Neilson's captain is also Lewis Roberts. So how much faith do you have in him?
Every faith, otherwise we wouldn't have chosen him as a captain, you know. Like I said, we've done it once before and go again. I think everyone's going to see a different Lewis Roberts tonight, so we're really looking forward to it.
And your main event, talk about it there. Joel Bartel out of the Origin Gym, Jordan Reynolds out of the Pod Gym, both undefeated fighters, both ready to go. The young up-and-coming prospect versus a man that's been there and done it. He's been on the Matchroom shows. Do you see, how do you see your boy doing tonight?
I think when you talk about 50-50 fights, this main event is exactly what you mean. Listen, it's hard to write off any of these lads. Like you said, Joel Bartel, he's been so active. He's out of a great gym. He's got the best support around him. But don't write Jordan Reynolds off just because he's been out for a little while. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, you know, he's lost it. I think his best days are still to come, Jordan Reynolds. And look, for me, it's too hard to pick a winner. I'm sat on the fence, unfortunately. Jordan Reynolds is on our team, but I'm not. You know, it's one of them fights. I really can't.
Could go either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is it going to be clean sweep for Neilson, or is it 50-50 that it could go either way?
Listen, it's a win for Neilson, of course. I'd like a clean sweep, but you know, the undercard could go either way as well. So, listen, as long as we're walking out at the end of the night with that belt, then we're all happy.
I love to hear it. And just before I let you go, are you more nervous for the event or for England versus Switzerland?
The event. Listen, I've sat there through the pain of the last 3 England games. I'm not even sure I'll be able to sit and watch it tonight. So, listen, this for me, a lot of work's gone into this with the team, and I said earlier on social media, all roads lead to this for us, so just sit back and enjoy this.
And what's the message to the fans, supporters, the TM14 faithful, the Neilson faithful, the faithful of every single fighter on the card tonight, and people that have never been to a show before but have decided to come out for this, because you're gauging not only casuals in the most respectful way, but you're gauging people that have never been to a show before to come out tonight.
Listen, for those of you who haven't bought tickets tonight, get online. It's on Fight Zone YouTube, TalkSport YouTube. We need to go on you need to support these guys. They started off on these small hall shows in Swindon where we started. You know, and without your support, they can't sell the tickets to end up on stages like this. But for me, you know, obviously there's one winner tonight. It's Team Neilson. But look, I wish all the boys all the best, and I look forward to the night of action.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for a magnificent card, an iconic card. Can't wait to see it play out and catch up with you later. Carl Neilson.